Studio Squad ke khopela ba support ba re ira podcast ngwe bana ba bolela maga mo yona mara o dira le seo. Oh.
AI retlo enhance ka program.
Okay, sure. That's good flow.
Okay. Now you know what it is, your boy Focus King. We are back like never gone back, us back. I'm Kokot. I'm right here with Mr. Sidney in the building. An author, a businessman, and a wise man indeed, a reader, I can say, because it's obvious if you're a writer, a reader. And because you know me with my bad introductions, let me not go further and let him introduce himself and the aspects that I've left off, I have not touched. Mr. Sidney, I'm happy to have you on the show. Thanks for allowing us to have you on the show, and thank you for accepting our invitation. So can you please just briefly introduce yourself the way you want people to know you,
Okay.
as the brand?
No, man, it's a pleasure, man. Thanks for the invitation. I really appreciate. And for me, it's always an honor to be part of such like podcast or interviews, so that I can outline my work and stuff. Just to get straight to the point, my name is Sidney, aka Mino, music man, Mr. SKM.
Okay.
The one and only.
Yeah.
So I'm an author. Just recently wrote my first book, debut book, which is the brand blueprint, crafting your personal brand. Already, as we speak, I've already sold like 5,000 copies. I'm a digital entrepreneur. I'm a marketing guru. So jack of all trades, man.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of caps that I'm wearing, but yeah, for now I think my main focus it's mainly on being an author.
Okay. Yeah. So, Mr. Mino, it's this one I want to know, ne?
Yeah.
Sidney Mino. So, where does that name come from? Is it like music based or something? Because to us, Mino is music.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
No, Mino it's my nickname. It's my nickname from like primary. No, high school. I'm lying, high school. So I used to love music, every time I would always listen to music, always wearing headphones, like at school. So which I remember my English teacher, she would always say to me that, hey, music man, so that's where the name came from,
Okay.
So Sidney is my name. So that's how I incorporated Sidney Gimino. So that's how it came about.
Okay, because now I'm like, Kimino, so what's happening? You understand? Because there are a lot of things, as in the entertainment industry, you figure yourself as like, personal person, you figure your trades, you figure whatsoever. So I thought maybe Mino was the one that conceived the book, translated your music into.
No, it's like that. Even now, for the fact that I'm managing artists, so some things, as much as they happen, you might plan for them, but along the way you stumble through things and stuff, So which now I think that's where the journey came. Now I'm managing artists, I'm into music, so it's always like that, Your way will always pave itself, So that's how everything is coming together now.
As long as you're pushing.
Yeah.
So I wanna know, ne?
Sure.
Because you are born and bred in Mamelodi.
Yeah.
So I wanna know, man, where does this writing come from? Because Regokas, first of all, and there are a lot of distractions. Second of all, and you cannot sit down and say. You just come up with some concept and say I'm gonna write, and then it's like I'm cool.
Yeah.
Remember, and when we were young, we had some things like the Betlele. We had entertainments that are far away from writing. So literature and ekasi and hence Mino.
Yeah.
Why would you choose something like that's very anything that needs your attention. That needs. How
Yeah.
did you come up like with that thought of and like with all these things? I'm
Yeah.
just choosing to put my story go booking
Yeah.
rather than music or anything.
Ish, man, I don't want to sound like I knew it before, ne?
Yeah.
But to answer your question, man, it's a calling. Like I've been chosen, you know.
True.
So sometimes when you are chosen, like God will always show, like His hands with someone, you know. I think from where I'm sitting right now, I don't know other authors from like Mokasi and stuff, but I might say to myself, or I'm one of the best.
True.
You know,
Because you're
yeah,
already sold.
yeah,
right?
already sold. So for me, it's like okay, Dimanu Klakasi, but for months, Jiggy Ashifao already sold 5,000 copies, my brother. Like,
Yeah.
so it's like yo, my brother, it's a calling for me, you know. And for me, as much as my target audience, it's not basically like Batuwa Kasi, but it's people from Kasi who wants to enhance their brand, who wants to be competitive in the market, who also want to be the best, you know. So because then I consider myself as one of the best, you know.
That's
so
true.
yeah, so for me it's like okay, fine, I'm being chosen, and now I need to be like an example to those who want to perceive their careers to be the best in the industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I now see Uti, you already have your structure and the system of how you work in. You understand? And the ideas are too vivid. You understand?
Complex, yeah.
So I wanna know Uti, how did you maneuver? Because sometimes we just come up with the stories that are already perfect.
Yeah.
That's one of our mentors. If you would search on YouTube,
Yeah.
you already find someone who will tell you, Uti, now my system was being a discipline. My system was this and that. So as Ntwana Sekas, I
Yeah.
want to know, with how did you maneuver the streets coming into the world and fantasy of illiterature?
So for me, obviously, I've been passionate like into education, you know, like I never, you know, taken those like shortcuts and stuff, you know. Hence right now, recently I've been in the UCT, so studied digital marketing there. So actually let me take you back to like from primary I've been go Vuguzenzele and Mafias. High school, I was in School of Excellence playing football. Then from there, I went to TT. From TT, and then that's where I started SKM. Then from there, I went into like a sort of like education company. So from there, I furthered my studies to go UCT. So I've been passionate into education. Just that some things you stumble through, you know. So as much as you might plan, but at the end of the day, God will always decide, you know. So I mean, I'm that person, or I believe in God. Like everything that I do in my life, it's like I put in first, you know. So He'll always guide me and lead the way, you know. Obviously, there'll always be a lot of distractions, especially Ogas, you know. But sometimes it's about the passion and it's about what you want, you know. Sometimes also, I always tell myself, or I'll always when I walk, I put like bricks in between so that I know, okay, sharp, this is my passion, this is my vision, this is where I want to go. Because wherever, you know, like I'm busy writing I'm done writing my second book, you know.
Oh.
So the second book is basically about, I don't want to reveal the title already, but I'm just giving the synopsis, or okay, it's about how to maneuver the distraction of the world. Like as much as now that I know, or I've paved the blueprint, but now what's the next stage? It's all about distraction. Now I'm being in the public, people are noticing me, it's all about distraction. So now the book is about how do I maneuver the street and also making money throughout that journey. So that's the book.
That you're
Yeah,
writing.
that I'm done. Actually, I'm done writing the book.
Okay, so you said you are in the digital marketing
Industry.
industry. So I want to know, Witi, how do you come up with these things? Like so Witi, whatever that I have now,
Yeah.
I'm gonna broaden it into making it like a money, because as you have said, Witi, God decides.
Yeah.
You had your own plans. Hence, you started with soccer and that.
Yeah.
And now you're in this industry. How do you perfect to say, Witi, here I'm gonna rule? What's your method of taking over into whatever that God's put you in?
For me, it's all about research, you know. Like you always have to do your research, master your craft, and work with people. You know, collaboration is very key. Like there's no person who would say I've done it alone. You know. So for me, it's all about collaboration. Even now, you know, for the fact that I'm in the podcast, obviously it's about collaboration. It's about working with people. It's about networking. So that's where everything came about. You know, also knowing the right people and knowing how to use those people is what also made me to be where I am today. You know, so Mina, even in the book, I've touched about leveraging your network and making sure that whoever that you know. Like Raberekisana, for example, if one user, let me go user, like that's why I'm police or so it's always like that, you know.
Yeah.
But people always take it in a way or okay, demand or but when you look at it in a mindful way, perspective way, you'll see what it's like Raberekisana, you scratch my back, I scratch your back, you know. So I think it's all about collaboration, it's all about network, and also doing your research, you know, doing your research. And also I think another thing that is very crucial is being authentic, and also like basically getting like to use whoever that you have, so that like like it's all about collaboration and also doing your research. And another thing again you mentioned, like passion. Like if you're not passionate about something, I don't think you'll survive. Yeah, you won't. Like you don't need to be a copycat, because a lot of people are like, if Nagi really, like for example, now I've wrote a book, then Chiki Mutule Ashu author, but I eat already. You know, I always make example, especially when it comes to these things. Like you look at brands like Galaxy Boy and Fit, like that guy you see, or how he maneuvered the space too. Like he's been in the game, he's been studying the game, but now he's one of the biggest brands to come out of Mamelodi. So for me, it's like I relate to whatever I run. Little Naira that thing. Okay, if this guy from Kasi, Okono or no Palis again, you can be one of the best podcasters out of moms. So those are the things where you are passionate about something, you know where you're going, you leverage your network. I don't think it will be difficult in fit.
Okay,
Yeah.
So this term, your socializer, for now, because we are in the business space, it's collaboration. Ne? As a youngin, how did you socialize with people? Because you said you were more to club.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
You know, focusing on your future. And then I've mentioned there are distractions.
Yeah.
There's this person and there, they understand type of people. So how did you choose people into your own space to say, Lona,
Yeah.
and sometimes people they forces themselves into your life.
Yeah, true.
Understand? So how did you cut the branches that did not bear fruit in your own space?
So another thing, like one thing about me, is like I'm a people's person, which is one of the traits that I like and dislike about myself, you know, because of sometimes you would be like but obviously people always take advantage. People always want to take. But from me, it's like, what do I take from those people? You know, sometimes it's like that, you know. But also, I think timing is important. You know, sometimes if friendships or relationships don't work, sometimes it's good to say, you know what, if you clean more. Move to the next stage, you know. Sometimes like things that are not working, you know. And in that time, it's your time to move, it's your time to shine, you know. So I think that's how I've been leveraging. Or sometimes also another thing too, I've waited my turn and I've been rooting for people. So I think also that's another thing that made me to, like right now, if for Kesha, not saying I've made it, but now where I am,
no, you've
so no, where I am,
it's not like
where I am now, like I've been rooting for people. I've been like, I was patient with myself. Like Azanga that thing where this person has made it, then give a little so I knew my time will come, and when it's my time right now, I'm fit. When it's your time, I'm fit. It's your time. So I think also that's another thing, or even into system or give this person, you know, or like I understand or get like you know. And for me, where I am right now, I also understand which more I'm still pursuing to go forward, you know. So I think also it's about knowing yourself, marrying yourself, dating yourself, understanding your principle, understanding the circle that you are surrounding yourself with, you know. Sometimes it's good to say no, you know. Because what about that thing, I can't do this. So knowing yourself also it helps. Or okay, sharp. This is where I am, and this is where I want to go. So I think it's about timing and knowing who you are. Yeah.
So I wanna know, Uti, when you were young, and you had these people that you were looking up to.
Yeah.
And every day we discover new people.
Yeah, along the way.
Yeah, to say today I wanna be with Sidney.
Yeah.
And tomorrow I realize there is Ukiyosoki now.
Yeah.
I wanna be like Ukiyosoki. So in your journey, who's that person you want us getting inspired by, and you ended up being a colleague now? Like personal.
There's a lot of people that I've been looking up to. I think, like I said already, at that time I've been around people. I've surrounded myself with successful people, which obviously, like, I think it's a law of attraction.
True.
Yeah, law of attraction. Or okay, right now I've had a lot of mentors. Even in my book, I've mentioned like people who helped me to go where I wanna go. So I think from where I stand right now, it's like sharp. You mentioned, because I don't like speaking about it, like my late mom. So it's like Kimotor from Bunyaning, or like she's been my pillar of strength. She's always been the person or you're gonna make it. So it's like, even like dedicating the book to her, like it's that thing where okay, so it's like that, or okay, sharp. My mom has been like the person that I've been looking up to. Even today, it's that thing where like okay, for me to be where I am, she's been a single parent, like that thing, or like single mothers raises soldiers, that's it.
True.
Yeah, so go on that thing. But along the way, when you speak about business, like I've been mentored by like a lot of people who've made it, so it's like that. Or okay, sharp. At this stage where I am, I'm looking up to this person. At this stage, I'm looking up to my cousin. At this stage, I'm looking up to this person. Even the time I met Vosi, it's like that. Or okay, the first time I met this guy, I told my cousin like, hey, the next time I'm gonna meet this guy, it's gonna be a totally different story. Which that's what happened. Even now I'm saying it, the third time I'm gonna meet him, it's gonna be a different story.
Yeah.
So it's always that, or law of attraction. You speak things into existence.
True.
Yeah, so it's like that. Like I've been speaking things into existence. Like one day I'm gonna be a millionaire. Those kind of things.
That's true.
Yeah, so it's like that.
So I want to know, because writing it's a process.
Yeah.
It's more you need like a basic foundation of everything.
Yeah.
And you have mentioned the research and whatsoever. So you are here, you have a thought, you understand, and a thought cannot manifest into reality without you putting in effort.
Action,
I understand. So I want to know, Guti, you are here, you are having a thought, Guti, as in Funukbag. Where do you start until to the finished product? The challenges that you have faced, like alone, you understand. You've reached an exclamation where you said, your doubts, and how did you understand or press forward?
That's a very good question, my brother. So I've been writing this book for like 5 years. 5 years. It took me 5 years to come up with this book. So which at first I was just jotting ideas like into action. Okay, sharp. I'm into the digital space, entrepreneur. Like I've been like coming up with concepts, or okay, sharp. Like what do I want to basically make people to learn about this thing that I wrote about, So it's been that thing where okay, fine, writing, bringing ideas, doing the research, also along the way meeting people, also the brands that I've been working with. So I think that's where I've managed to package everything together. Okay, for the idea to come up with this book, eventually it's like, okay, fine. Like the audience that I have, like people always come to me and seek advice in terms of how to build their brands, in terms of how I've managed to build brands and build SKM to be where it is today. So for me, it's like, okay, basically I have the knowledge. So why is everyone coming to me to ask me about brand? How to do this, how to do this? So best way is to package this concept and bring it to people. So that's where it came about. Okay, fine. I know, okay, I always vouch for personal branding. Personal branding makes you to stand out in a saturated market, you know. So for me to build a successful personal brand, it means that I've been competitive, but I didn't know how to package myself to be where I am. But right now I've managed to package myself. So hence right now I can come up with any brand that you can think about, being it local, international, whatever. Like I know that I'm gonna stand out because of I've built a successful personal brand. Or at least, yeah, so that's basically how everything like came about for me to finally put everything into writing. But right now it's easy because I've done it once.
Yeah.
So now it's easy for me. Okay, last year after launching this book, so basically I told myself I'm gonna do series of books. So this is my first book. The one that I've done now is second book, but I'm gonna wait now. Like I'm not gonna publish another one anytime soon. So right now I just want them to move together. So that I can understand or okay, maybe the third book I can collaborate with an author and stuff, but now I know I've got two legs that are standing, then they can move together.
True.
Then I know I'm fit.
Yeah,
even being a billionaire, it's near.
It's very close.
Yeah, so that's how it is.
So in the business market, I assume Uguti, you're not started with the book. Before the book was born, you had businesses, you know, that you ventured to. So I want us to go before the personal branding, because it already have the story, and you have equipped those things by your actions into some other businesses. So I want us to go back to where you started as a business person and you took yourself with as in now I see with this business thing, it's me.
Okay.
Understand? So I'm gonna start launching this kind of a business before the book.
Okay. I think the questions that you're asking me clearly shows or you didn't read my book one. Because everything it's written in my book. I started selling sweets. Like summer sweets, it was gay. You know?
Okay.
Like that's what I'm always saying. I'm always saying, or my mom, I vouch for her, like wherever I go, because every time, like nang regular maswits, you know, maswitela chilling and stuff. Nagos kolom negwaregis. So that's how everything started, you know. And then from there, from there sweets. Then I started falling in love with fashion. Then from more. Okay, shop. I was wearing Alex Boy. I've been wearing it. I've been vouching for the brand since the start, you know. And then shop. The idea SKM it came. So I knew okay, fine. At some point, SKM is gonna be there. But obviously, how am I gonna get to where I am today? What do I start with? What am I passionate with at that moment? So fashion. So fashion. Okay, shop. Let me do so. SKM basically now I've rebranded to a creative marketing agency, but it started as a holding company where I had clothing, I had events, services of social media and stuff. So clothing, it started, and then we started like Rexarkiba, you know, like wabana the way Kiregisang book SKM like you know people are still vouching for match SKM because the way we've marketed the brand, like we've been in people's eyes. In fact, like that's why I would like when you're doing something, like you must do it to a point where like muta and that's where the purchasing comes. So that's how people need to understand. Or the more you market your brand, the more you push your brand, the more you post or whatever.
You
That's
end up
why,
being a
yeah,
demand.
yeah. You all have, because people see, okay, this person is actually taking his brand serious, you know, and you always attract the right person. That's why discount you must know this person is not my target market.
True.
Or
Okay,
is-
okay.
yeah, or yeah. Oh, as target market, because when somebody comes, like for example, now I'm sitting there. Definitely, if I can check my phone, I'm sure there's maybe 10 people who bought the book today. To show these people they can see or I'm marketing the brand, but now they're just purchasing on the website. So I've already done the groundwork. So I've done the groundwork. So which SKM clothing, I think that's where it laid foundation. So people already knew, okay, SKM. And also, along the way, I've been rebranding. Like SKM, Sidney Mino, I rebranded, Struggle, Kindly Motivated, I rebranded, Kawela Happy, Sidney Mino. So, but the name SKM has been there. But the thing was, sometimes I didn't want to familiarize my face to the brand. So it's like, okay, let me run away from being a face of the brand, have people push it. And then when I feel like, okay, now I need to come close to the brand, I come back as Sidney Mino. Then, oh, like, okay. So this person, Bila, is being played with our minds. So that's how my game has been. But right now I've put my face into the brand, but also the brand is pushing itself. So that's why hence now there's books by Sid, which is there's SKM Creative Marketing, SKM Services, and also with also the brands that I'm working with. Mostly I'm always behind the scene. Like I'm that person or the brand you can see being out there. For example, Rose Sunday Picnic. A lot of people don't know I'm the one who's pushing their social media, or at least, but you can see it's there. Dino Cafe. I can mention a lot of brands. I'm just mentioning brands that you are familiar with. You know, there's Lumen Dental. Yeah, Lumen Dental. We just recently, I shouldn't say collaboration, but we're taking a journey with one of the Sundowns ladies player. She also plays for like Banyana. So I posted like I'm breaking the news today. So those are the things that I'm doing like behind the scene. But obviously now like I've mastered this thing of branding and collaboration and stuff, and being in the face of people and also being behind the people, you know. Because also with the book, I had to be the face so that people can know. So now when they see the book being out there, even now you see, okay, social media is growing now. I'm like, okay, now that I've put the face into the brand, now people they start following me. So that time maybe okay, shop we just seeing the brand, seeing SKM, follow, following the brand. But now they see, okay, I've made the point of okay, shop. Let me just do a sort of like a marry the brand so that now people understand Pila who is the person behind this brand. Okay. Yeah.
So I wanna know, you have like two images. The one is a ghost image, and the one is the one the real one. Ne? So I wanna know with you what's important between the two, and how do you work? Because if we don't see you, we're not too attracted. Because if I speak about SKF for an example and say that brand, the first question, Gyama. You understand?
No, I think if you can look at it, I've, like I said, I've mastered this thing now of knowing how to maneuver. Sometimes I think it also goes with your personality. If you don't want people to see you, like let your work speak for you. So it's that thing where okay, sharp. Now I want to like I said, I had to start with the groundwork. I had to put in the work like 5 years, 10 years of not knowing where to go. But right now, okay, sharp. Now that's why I leave this thing here, the bamboo tree. Like you just come okay, it starts from Kotlasi, then head to my ear. Foundation in. So the most important thing is the foundation. So the important thing of being a ghost, it's now you're like you've got that fear of like or like I've got nothing to lose. Now it's either I make it or I don't. Which like you don't have to be in between or okay right now. It's either like half clash or I key.
Sure.
And then not or kaya.
Sure.
I'll see you go or like how things turn and stuff, So which I think that's the most important thing. Yeah, goes to okay. Right now I've put in the work. That time I know right, I've got nothing to lose. In fact, like that's why I always tell people vouch for youngsters. Or you've got nothing to lose. You're not paying rent. In fact, we're not doing bono fachelet or that time which is the most important time where you need to grade. So now what when I this thing of instant gratification, okay, I'm seeing this guy now. You don't know in fact, 10 years, remember, 10 years of grinding and grinding. Now that's where people see me. So now I know okay, build the foundation. I know also know
so even if you do something, you have that authenticity. They know
that's why it's easy now when I'm putting the face into the brand because they see recipe get demand. So that's why like I'm like but to follow these brands now they see okay pila demand mastermind. Yeah, so I think that's the important part here. Now you've been grinding, now you know okay, more placing it so
okay. Yeah, I think we've touched good along and what I can say, I've heard you mention this question that I love asking my guests.
Yeah.
Whenever you are in the grind or whenever you are doing well, as a person, there is someone that you looked up to at some stage, at some point. And now you have the youngings, Joe.
Yeah.
You have the youngings, probably they're now at school or whatsoever, varsity, you understand? So they're looking up to you. And you've mentioned something, Gashash, you've answered. But I want just to ask it, Jay, specifically. You said you are managing Ama artist, which is like giving back.
Yeah.
That's true. So I want to know, I want to say, because already you've answered, I want to say with it, that's very important, to give back as a person. Because if someone is looking up to you, you somehow have to plant it to someone so that they know with it, the man of mentor. So you already have done your part, and thank you for that. And again, and again, as I've mentioned, we know the struggle. We know you wouldn't be an author today if you had the mindset and socialization is very key to you. And thank you for teaching about the brand. Because Tina, we in the entertainment, we entertain for our brands, for our brand to work out. Understand? I know which ama market they don't catch us. The marketing system does not catch us because of the way we express ourselves. And now that I have not read the book, I would ask so many questions because I even love reading, you understand? So I'll get your book and then we'll have a second session where we will just dwell into the book.
I think maybe from the second session I'll be also having my second book, So which I think that's where you'll have more ideas in terms of how I'm trying to move. I think, like you said, obviously you've done your research about me, obviously, but there's certain things that I'm busy doing, and also like you've mentioned, Tawaya, giving back. Now I'm open. I'm a brand strategist, so I'm open to helping brands to be successful, brands to be competitive, especially some guys, like if you can look at most of my clients and get some guys, because of I want us to move as a collective. It's not easy. That's why when you look at white people, they've made it because of they work as a collective. So Rona, if we return that mindset or we want to work as solos and stuff, it won't work for us, So we need to be a collective aspect to the point where, like today, if I need something, I know that this person is a phone call away. Like just to pick up my phone and call whoever and say, hey, I need this. Hey, there's a podcast again. Come to this podcast. Like it needs to be in a split of, so which obviously it's something that needs us as brands, as a community to come together and say, you know what, we want to be, but also it's not an easy thing, because you know what, like it's a sensitive topic, but we also have to dwell into it and say, you know what, let's work together. But we know what some people are negative and say, the man wipe and stuff, you know. But if you don't want to move, or just and then heads are made, I don't know, or just I wanted to
mention that. I wanted to mention
because you've seen me doing this, and then no, because of one of the then next thing,
it's ignorance.
Yeah, it's ignorance. Also, let's circle, like the type of circle you surround yourself with. It's very important, you know. Now, like like I can chill with this person, I can chill with this person, I can chill with this person. But when it comes to work, I'm fit. And I work.
Sure.
I work to a point where you'll think drugs or whatever, you know. Like to a point where like energy it's unmatched, in fact. It's unmatched. Even now, from now, like I am from a meeting, like we move, like you understand, like it's a weekend today, but I don't know about tomorrow we have an event. Still going to work, you know. And also another thing that I want to also touch into it, make your passion to make money for you.
Yeah.
Make your passion to make money for you. If you know or fashion, make it make money for you. If you know or groove or make it make money for you. Or at least if you know or scared or whatever, make it make money for you. So that's also another thing. Or if you can move in that direction, your life is balanced.
And you won't give up.
Yeah, you won't. Also, but also we need to be honest to each other. Money makes the world round.
True.
If it's not fit, but how about this serious?
Yeah, that's
like
true.
Now I'm a proven one. Like the time my chips were down, like not saying people owe you, but you need to be honest to yourself. There are certain spaces that I can't reach because of access to facilities, access to money and stuff, you know. So also, like the load, like you know, like you'll attract the right people and also I'm saying you'll also attract the right people and also the wrong people. That's where the balance comes. You know, that's where you should tell yourself, is it a yay or a nay? You know, so not very like to be just to say like I've known before, I've known like at some point I'm gonna make it. You know, hence I'm saying to you, I feel like I'm the chosen one, but right now, how do I maneuver the space?
Work
you know,
around it.
yeah, or work around it, because fame me the wrong I'm fit. But you know, because of they were overwhelmed in faith. You look at the soccer player in faith, like this. I understand the space where if you know, you get 1 million now. What do you do like and I go, I try like you why would you see? Yeah, so those are the 15 things or learn now we need to teach ourselves. So that's why now I'm into that space where I want people to be educated, you know. Educate the people, you know. That's why you always vouch the name of God and stuff, you know, because sometimes that's why I get you know, okay. But now I know they've made it, but now how do I protect them? You know, so we children, I feel like I'm one of the people that have been chosen to spread the word of God, to spread also how things has to be done in the space that we're in, you know, because there are a lot of distractions, like I said, you know. So hence right now, Rokesha, I've laid the foundation of the brand blueprint, but now what's next? I can't say, okay, fine, I've sold 5,000 copies, then boom, I've made it. No, it's a journey that I've taken.
You still have to.
Yeah. So
I'm right here thinking, you know, as being a leader, being the chosen one, being a master, a jack of all trades, let me say a kasi hero.
Yeah.
You know, there are some things that there's a season where you say, "Ish, now, I don't know where to go." You feel tired, feel overwhelmed. How do you take out that your mind?
Yeah.
You get stuck. Okay, what is it?
Yeah.
That brain,
Thing.
where you write and then you don't have thoughts.
It's like it's a brain tumor or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
something like that. Yeah.
you just start
Yeah.
on your chain as a whole. So what's that method when do you use to go back to track? To say, man, can get
Yeah, okay, Joe, that's a very important question, you know, because I like it because this week I've been feeling that way. Yeah, this week it's been like, just to say, it's been a shit week.
Sure.
Yeah, so every day when I wake up, okay, I've got a reminder on my phone first. Every day I 8 young reminder, phone at 12 young reminder. Like 6 young reminder. So it's 3 times a day. No, now I used to be an early 5 o'clock early what, but I've passed that stage now because there's so many things that I'm doing. I used to go to gym, but right now there's a lot. So when I wake up, I've got a reminder. It says, remember where you started. So that reminder I'm fit to like remember why.
Right.
Yeah, so wow to me.
Like
it takes me back to my roots or I used to sleep more coucho. I used to sleep more fast, you know.
Yeah.
So that reminder, young boat or do you wanna go back there? Never. So it's like that. Yeah, it constantly reminds me of where you come from. It knocks Baba. That's why sometimes I become arrogant, you know. Not saying arrogantly to people, but arrogantly to myself to say,
you can't stop. You don't have that right to say.
Like that's why for me it's like I make it or I don't. I don't want to be in between. Like I don't want to be given number. You know, like not being remembered.
Just to you want to fulfill the goals.
It's like that's why or like it's that thing or like it's a recipe that I have and I feel like I can give it to people, but that's who I am. You know, I can't give it to. I've got that drive, and I constantly remind myself, where do I come from, and where do I wanna go, and yeah. So it's like that, or like that's the drive. Or this week has been a shit week, but that thing has been reminding me. Okay, luckily yesterday I slept, and when I wake up, like, oh, I'm feeling myself again. Now I'm feeling myself. Now I can go and see people. Hence, you know, I'm here. You know, it's been like the toughest. I think this weekend, it's been the toughest week of like. There were a lot of changes in my life. Well, whereas now I had to adjust to them, and within Nagamutombiang, like. Sometimes, like, I get frustrated when somebody comes and wants to make me do things that I don't feel comfortable. I've got my own method that I use, but I also need to adjust, you know. So also being like that thing of balancing or okay, sharp. Now you are in the space where people wants to do things. Like when you are in the Romans, do what the Romans do. But another thing, as much as I'm doing what the Romans do, I don't forget about my identity. So that balance of me coming with my identity to a space of now having to adjust and stuff. So it becomes difficult to okay, sharp. I want to get things like I get things done. Like I can so that's why also another thing where I know okay, sharp, I have quick wins. Like this week, I need to do this, need to do this, need to do this. So those things, they build up to the momentum of eventually being a successful person. So it starts, like the habits start how, get on and say, like how you wake up, how you speak, how you dress, those things. I think it's one of the things they make up like a successful person.
Mm.
So which now that's what I'm saying. Every day I've got a constant reminder.
Mhm.
Like it needs to remind me, you know, tshwana le ngwana, like
Mm.
ngwana hore a ire
Sounds almost a tao.
so le nna ke hona that thing
Mm.
hore cause over comfortable.
Yeah.
Like ho ka tloela ngwana wa motloela
Mm.
ira how to want some control.
Yeah.
So I think that's how the human brain works.
Mm.
Like we constantly need to remind ourselves,
Mm.
or this is what I want to do. Is every single day,
Mm.
every day it's a new day,
Mm.
new opportunities. So hence now you have to constantly remind yourself. Yeah. So I think now that's something that works for me, and I feel maybe somebody can take that recipe and
Because
maybe it might work for them.
Because
Yeah.
you know why I'm asking that now.
Mm.
There are people outside. There are
Mm.
people close to you.
Mm.
Nah, they have that question, and I have that question to so many people who are doing. You understand? Because you've mentioned good. You have to be in the eyes of people in the market. You
Yeah.
understand? So I'm asking myself, how can you always like think of being in the eyes, and how do you manage? You understand, to get closer? What's the motivation? What's the motive? You understand? So
Yeah.
again, there are people, they always see you waking up and doing what you do. So they ask themselves, Diman ahobalina. You know, it does not get emotionally strained.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's why I wanted you to answer that question. Because if someone sees you a hero, cannot ever see you as a failure. Even though you fail, they still believe in
Exactly.
you. You understand?
I think from what you're saying, I love the fact that I don't like being more emotional because it always reminds me of like like my
The fresh
yeah,
points.
fresh
Yeah.
points.
Mm.
But I think also it's important to also be vulnerable. You know, like we are human beings. Like you can't always expect me or to be the right person or strong. Sometimes I break. In fact, I break. Like I think in a day also I break maybe 2 or 3 times, but I won't show to people or okay sharp. Hey, I know.
Go away.
Yeah, go away, you know. So I think it also comes with what type of personality you have. So now I have a strong personality. So hence I can be in any room with it and be who I am, you know. Like in as much as I can be in spaces with like the minister, president, but I'll always be myself. And also another thing, this thing, like I think Leon, it has played a role in my life. It's being confident in it.
True.
Oh, so I used to be shy, but at some point I was like, you know. So I had to turn and learn, or you know what, I need to work with people. I used to be like a introvert. I don't wanna see people, you know. But now, like when time went by, you also understand. That's why when you start understanding yourself, when you start dating yourself, being honest to yourself, being truthful to yourself, you know what? So I call, you know. So confidence, yeah, I mean, it's like out of this world, like a hula roof, like I can go to any place in fact and be myself and sell myself, you know. So I'm that type of person. I know out of this conversation, in fact, you've bloomed. You know, hey, this guy also can, yeah. So it's like that, or you know what? Hey, personality, I'm fine. I have a fit. That's what you feel like drugs or whatever, you know. But that's how I am. And yeah, that's the energy. Like energy, it's like, and energy speaks. In fact, if right now I didn't feel the energy, in fact, like little conversation here on a network. Yeah, you know, yeah. But that's why, like, sometimes go again for the fact that I believe in God. I believe on all the spaces that I go to. I know that He's there. He'll always, you know, be in the space. Like, sometimes when I speak, like at the magazine, I'm like, hey, let's so, but I know, like, Manolo, whatever, like, they always, but you know, like, yeah, spiritually way in faith or wherever I go, it's not like it's having motor, I don't play guitar, like, it's like I know, like if it's I'm carried. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What I would like to say is thank you for not giving up on your craft and teaching about what you went through. Thank you for being yourself. You understand, and thank you for taking your thoughts into existence. Because if you didn't, we would have like be speaking something different.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
You would be an spectator and say, "Ish, why is it demand I repeat and so." And in your life, this leads up to a question where to, and thank you for questioning yourself, because if man, like there's power in questioning yourself. Like you understand, your answers are your actions. You understand, and then you prove yourself, and thank you for proving to yourself that you can do certain things, that rather than proving to your audience. You understand, and your confidence works for you. You understand. So this leads to a question where that it's commonly asked to say, if via manje, what's that you want to be remembered as? You understand? Yeah.
Okay. Because I've already said it in so many interviews, but I think I will also say it so that it can be a continuous identity. You know? I always have a lot of things to say. I want to be remembered as this. I want to be remembered as this. But this one, I think it's a common one to say, I'm that type of a person who will get what he wants.
True.
You know, so I'm that type of a person. When I say I want it, I want this, I will get it. So that's one thing that I will say. I want to be remembered as that type of a person, to say, okay, this guy once said he wants to be a millionaire. Then I have to go and be a millionaire and be beyond, you know. So that's something that I will always say to myself, you know what, if I want this, I have to get it. I don't know how and when, but eventually I am gonna get it. So that's one thing that people also need to tell themselves. If you want to go for it. I don't know stop. Like I don't know, that's why I get I don't know to remind them. Hey, so
we say.
So you need to constantly say to yourself, speak to yourself. I always vouch in fact, you must date yourself. The joy.
Let's say.
Yeah, if I relationship the fast like I'm cooking method. Okay, baby. So you know, so then that's what I'm doing. I'm getting and I know sometimes I won't get it right. I won't get, like, I've failed more than I've succeeded. I think if I can count,
that's what we don't know. True.
If I can count you out of 10, I failed 9.5.
Okay. Yeah.
So this success is just
the smaller portion.
Yeah, but when people say it, they see it as big. So to show failure is a lot than winning. But when you win, celebrate. Hey, you must celebrate. I wanna know, like, I wish I can celebrate every day. You know, to show, like, cause that thing it comes to you and it tells you, you know what, I've worked hard.
That means you can
you must thank yourself, but don't overdo it. Because sometimes you get carried away. And you want to overdo it and say, but also I think another thing also, okay, I've mentioned it, the question but another thing is like, it just split my mind now. So I wanted to say, like, sometimes you need to, like, and also don't overdo things. Like I said, we must not over, because sometimes people will get carried away, and when we carried away,
I still
so the thing that I wanted to mention was, you need to master recovery. Like, how do I?
Nice. Yeah, true.
Mastering recovery. Okay, my one nigga, so what's the next step? Like that, like that's what I said. When you fail, you know how snap. It needs to be happening in a snap. Like that thing will hold on. I've never. Like, you feel sorry for yourself. You must always tell yourself, whatever way battle, how many people around you. Let's start around your second.
Okay.
Start go gas. Give up to Pretoria. Gauteng. Oh, this is all. You're competing amongst
Millions of people.
billions, like around amongst a lot of people. So how crazy and
Nice.
like so you
Nice.
need to have that mentality. Or, you know what? Like our son, he can easily be replaceable.
Nice.
Which
True.
is-
Nice.
so that's another thing here people need to take in mind.
Man, okay, this thing, yes, Guti, it's a way that I'm using. Man.
Yeah.
That one we share,
Yeah.
because now there's this song, Yagas Javita Mava.
Yeah.
You know, Java reflected in his life and was like, all these failures is because of me.
Yeah.
So Magas biggest feeling. Azanga pointed to anyone. He had a background as nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
But he did not point anyone to say, hey, you Sidney, he's the reason.
Ah. Yeah.
Because you were supposed to be here, Marawa by
Marawa,
you. Because of no gidlile, because of no blame mama. And another thing, when it comes to ENH and say work, you know what, it takes me back to irritate. You know, most retail, they don't care what you're doing for the business. You can go there and work extra hours, they pay you that money that you understand. You can be the best, but if they want to fire you, they can do that in a split of a second.
It can easily be
So,
replaceable.
True, man, Ninja. And I wish people, they hate you just the way I hate it, you understand? And they receive it the way I've received it. So, man, thank you for coming on to this show. Now, here we always play games. You understand? This
I've
is
been
the
looking at that chocolate.
Yeah, and you've already read.
Yeah.
So now this PS, they all have my messages. So we don't choose. We just pick them up. So Lena iti dear, be my babe. You understand? So you're just gonna point it like straight to a camera and to you tell them what you want them to be. Okay. Might be someone that you're crushing.
No, I'm not crushing.
So,
I'm married, my brother.
So we want that person. You tell them.
I don't want my.
Yeah.
It's
okay. Yeah, you can just say without mentioning the name.
Okay, sharp. Let me mention my brand.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you be my babe?
Yeah, true. Yeah, thank you so much. So now you know what it is. Your boy Focus King. I was right here with Mr. Sidney in the building. First, before we can just close, there are people who want your book. There are people who want to follow you. Where can they get the book? Firstly, the website. You said you have a website.
I have a website. So, okay, people can get the book on socials. Books by Sid. That's the handle.
Books by Sid.
Yeah, Books by Sid. You can maybe put it on the screen. And then on the page there's a link. So the link is on the bio. Then you just click to the link, it takes you to the book. So now that we've sold 5,000 copies, so now I'm doing a campaign to say, okay, I'm giving back, to say I've discounted the book. So the digital copy now it's like 250, and then the physical copy it's 300. So but the physical one it's pre-orders, but when you get to the website, when you purchase the digital one, so it has a new cover now. So it has a new cover, it's not the same one. So it has like a cover like best-selling.
Nice.
So that's the
nice. And congratulations.
Thanks.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks once again, man, for such a lovely conversation, and I'm wishing you all the best with your podcast, with the team, and just say to them, I love the professionalism, the way you've engaged me. So big ups, man. All the best.
Thank you so much. Popo, and now you know what it is. Your boy Focus King out right here with Mr. Sidney. If you want the books, if you want the copy, physical book is 300, and if you want it on the website, go by Sid the books on the socials.
Books by Sid.
Books by Sid, and we will just post it on the description. You will just get everything. Until to the next episode, man. Thanks for loving us. Thanks for choosing us. Sizohlangana. Exciting.